It looks like the MCU won't be getting its dose of Venom after all. The internet went crazy for the confused Feige meme last week, which featured Marvel Studio head Kevin Feige looking like he just swallowed an Infinity Stone, and didn't mean to. But like every meme, it's important to remember that there are real people and real emotions behind those hilariously gifable images. And in this case, that very real confusion stemmed from Feige getting blindsided by Spider-Man Homecoming producer Amy Pascal claiming that her studio's Venom-centric cinematic universe would in fact cross over with the already established Marvel Cinematic Universe. What? I know, that's what I said too. Now don't feel too bad for Feige. He's taken this memeing in stride. In fact, in a recent interview, he even said it was always his dream to become a meme. Okay, that makes sense. You haven't truly reached the big time in the superhero biz until the internet has co-opted your pain for its own amusement. Oh, cheer up, said Affleck. Anyway, as happy as we are to hear that Feige's recovering nicely from all the sick burns he received last week, it still has us wondering, what exactly is the status of this supposed MCU Venomverse crossover? Well, the Spidey team took a little time to clear up the confusion this weekend. Up first, Spider-Man Homecoming star Tom Holland told us exactly how much Spidey to expect in Sony's upcoming Venom movie.
I can say I'm not in it. Okay. You know, I am in the MCU, I am the MCU Spider-Man. I think that movie exists outside of the MCU.
So, yeah, Tom Hardy won't have to worry about sharing. In fact, he's gonna have that symbiote suit all to himself. And in case you thought this was just an actor talking out of turn, both Feige and Pascal gave interviews that backed up Holland's statements. Speaking with comicbook.com, Pascal admitted she had mixed things up and then joked, "That's what I wanted. I'm gonna be famous for f***ing up this whole thing." She then further explained all these characters are part of the Marvel comic book universe, but not necessarily the same movie universe, and that is where confusion arose regarding her earlier comments. When comicbook.com then asked Feige if there was any chance Venom could ever make an appearance in the MCU, he responded with, "Never say never," but clarified that never say never is the same response he'd give if someone asked him if Superman could ever make an MCU cameo. So in other words, nothing is impossible, but some things are just highly, highly, highly unlikely. But now comes the question, how the heck do you do a Venom movie without Spider-Man? I know, we're just as confused as you, confused Feige, but we have our guesses. A while back, we surmised that Venom could choose to lean into the character's horror roots and be more of a straight-up fright fest. But while we still think this is an option, we think Pascal's comments point to a different solution. Clearly, she's still obsessed with Spider-Man, and we think this means Sony is still gonna make a Spider-Man movie, just with Venom instead of Spider-Man. Now, what does that mean? Let me tell you. We're guessing that Eddie Brock's origin story is gonna crib a lot from the Spider-Man Black symbiote suit storyline. And while Venom will still keep some of his hard edges, he's going to be presented as far more of a hero in this movie than you might expect. Now, of course, Venom eventually emerges as the villain in that comic book storyline, so who replaces Venom if Venom's already a fill-in for Spider-Man? Well, we already know the answer. Carnage. The Crimson Killer has already been announced as the bad guy of the Venom film, and let's face it, he makes a pretty good Venom stand-in, especially since he's just Venom with a new paint job. But what do you folks think? Are you sad we won't be getting any Venom in the MCU? And how would you even handle a Spidey-less Venom story? Let's discuss. And hey, I've got a fine gift for you fine folks out there, finally. You see, over at ProjectAlpha.com, we've got a whole bunch of new premium shows, and if you sign up with the code SHIPMATES, right now you will get 60 days for free. Wait! Did you say 60 days for free, Dan Casey? You're goddamn right, I did. 60 days for free using the promo code SHIPMATES. Catch up on Kyle Hill's new show, The Space Program, or the famed voice of Yakko Warner, Rob Paulson's Talkin' Tunes. Special thanks to our pals at Mothership for hooking us up with that code. Check it out right now.